Okay, so lots of folks inquire about how to have their dog happily wear a muzzle, or perhaps how to start training their dog to wear a muzzle for the first time, whether it be for aggression, which is the most common perception of a dog in a muzzle, or for many other reasons. It's important to have your dog confident in a muzzle. So in this video, I'm going to be working with my Rottweiler, Booyaka, showing how to confidently and comfortably start coaching a dog to wear a muzzle. So I start with having him do some obedience that he's very confident in, and then I put a bunch of kibble treat into the muzzle, so he has to dive his snout into the muzzle in order to get the food. If you notice, all I'm looking for right now is to have him put his face into the muzzle to receive the treat, and that's where my expectations kind of wane. Now this is a training session. This is his very first time with the muzzle, and it was only a 10-minute session, but you'll notice by the end of the video we're already walking around with the muzzle on, and he's not having any issue needing to be interrupted from pawing at it or struggling with it. So even just in 10 minutes, a dog can become more confident in a muzzle. And we take it slow and we have some fun, and there's a lot of praise involved. Now, perceptions of muzzle dogs range from ambivalence to horror, and a lot of times owners don't want to use a muzzle due to the stigma that can come with it. If we use the muzzle and teach it properly, they're very valuable training tools, and sometimes they're essential management tools that allow for safe socialization, training, and exercise. Muzzles can also remove significant stress from both the dog and the owner. Muzzles are great when working with dog and or people reactive dogs. Muzzles can allow a dog to learn appropriate off-leash play when inappropriate nipping and grabbing is the issue, as opposed to serious aggression. Sometimes the biggest impact is that using the muzzle stops the owner from feeling anxious, which immediately improves the chances of this dog's success. Outside of the most common reason to use a muzzle, muzzles are also super helpful to stop dogs from scavenging, as some dogs want to eat everything they can, including dangerous food and sometimes even objects. In order to allow a dog some freedom and still keep them safe, a muzzle can prevent them from eating whatever they find. Muzzles also can help protect wildlife. Sometimes dogs instinctively desire to chase and potentially kill small animals such as rabbits, rats, and squirrels. A muzzle will mean that if the owner loses control or if the dog is off leash, the chase does not end in a kill. Muzzles can also help prevent self-injury. After a surgery, injury, or any other condition where a cone would normally be used but might not be a good fit or maybe as tolerated, a muzzle can prevent licking or chewing the area. Muzzles can be more comfortable and freeing, especially outside or in the car, than a cone. Muzzles can also allow safe handling in case of an injury. Understandably, a dog that is injured or hurt is in pain and might try to bite those helping him. A muzzle can allow him to be treated safely. Muzzles are also required by law in several cities, and while it affects specific breeds majorly, it can also be a safety practice if you live in a very condensed community where there's lots of people and dogs, and it's just a much more safe, and it gives you peace of mind to use a muzzle. Personally, we believe that muzzle training is essential for all dogs, even if only in the case of the injury situation. Having your dog confident with a muzzle is worth the small amount of time it takes to have them confident and seeing it as a positive, familiar thing. So if they should ever need to wear it, they feel good about it. It's not a scary thing for them. And of course, we want our dogs to be confident in all realms that they are in. Now in the video, if you notice, I interrupted a little bit of pawing. He's a little pushy for the food, which is okay. I want him to be interested and intrigued and excited for this training. And even as we walk around, we keep it super positive. So here, as I take it off, he puts his paws up on me. I'm not going to worry about that. He's actually pushing for food. So this is telling me that he's actually enjoying our game a little bit. Naturally, I want to have control with it, but I'm going to release him and reward him for doing such a great job during this training. So as you're working with your dog, remember to take it slow. Use some of their favorite food, or perhaps even cut back on a meal so that you can use that portion and that hunger to your advantage. and take it slow. Do as many repetitions and take as much time as you need in order to have your dog confident so that you can have him or her wear a muzzle safely and without trying to interrupt it. Now, naturally, if you have any questions or you need help with this, give us a call at 312-618-9663. So to kind of briefly recap what you're going to do from this video, you're going to start your dog with on a leash and practice a couple obedience things or tricks that they're very familiar with, things that they're very confident doing. If you use an object, we call these places, it's a little cot. It elevates the dog, it makes them focus their body onto a boundary, and it's going to give you more control as you're teaching the muzzle. You're going to have a muzzle. I prefer basket muzzles as they allow the dog to open their mouth to pant, receive food, and drink water, as opposed to the cloth ones that wrap around. Those also allow the dog to still nip their teeth through the front of them. And you're going to load it up with some food and just practice getting the dog's face in it a couple times. Once they're confident with that, you're going to slowly start latching it, and you're going to feed food through the muzzle, the perforations in the muzzle. And then from there, after you take it off and do some more repetition, you're going to leave it on. You're going to take the leash and you're going to start moving your dog to make sure that they're confident. And you're going to rinse and repeat until they're superstars in that muzzle.